Welcome, dear students. Today, let's continue your sixth chapter, The Making of Scientist. By the time Richard Ebright was in second grade, he had collected 25 species of butterflies, which he could find around his hometown. In this paragraph, we can see the details of those 25 species of butterflies. Now, Richard Ebright says that probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting. After collecting those 25 species of butterflies, I would have ended this collection. But then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarch Ux. But I did not end my butterfly collection because a book named The Travels of Monarch Ux was brought by my mother. And this book told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America. In this book, it was mentioned that how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America, move to Central America, opened the world of science to the eager young collector. He says that this book opened the world of science to the eager, to the keen young collector. Here, eager young collector refers to Richard Ebright. You may be asked questions, what did open the world of science to Richard Ebright? And the answer is the book The Travel of Monarch Ux opened the world of science. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterflies. At the end of the book, the writer of the book invited the readers to help him to study butterfly migration. The readers were asked to take butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick. Dr. Frederick asked the readers to take butterflies for research purpose. Mr. Frederick A. Urquhart belonged to University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Urquhart. She wrote a letter to Dr. Urquhart, who belonged to the University of Toronto, Canada. And soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarch. And soon Richard Ebright started adding light sticky tags, light adhesive tags to the wings of monarch butterflies. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. If somebody found a tagged butterfly, a butterfly tagged with light sticky tag was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. The butterfly collecting season around reading last 6 weeks in late summer. In the recent summer, butterfly collecting season in reading area where Richard Ebright dwelled continues for 6 weeks. If you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. For these 6 weeks, if you try to catch them by chasing them, you won't be able to catch many. You won't be able to capture many. So the next step for Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. So he thought it better to rear a flock of butterflies, a group of butterflies. Now what he did was he would catch a female monarch and he would take her eggs and would raise them in the basement of his house through their life cycle. And the life cycle of a butterfly is, first of all, from egg it changes into caterpillar. Then the caterpillar changes to pupa, and then pupa changes into adult butterfly. This is the life cycle of a butterfly. Then he would take the butterflies. After the butterflies had grown up, he would take those butterflies' wings and he would allow them to go. For several years, for many years, the basement of his house was home to thousands of monarchs. There were thousands of monarchs living in the basement of his home, and those monarchs were in different stages of development. Some were in pupa stage, some were in caterpillar stage, and some were in egg stage. Eventually, I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. At last, after tagging butterflies for many years, I started losing my interest. Now, it made me feel tedious when I tagged butterflies. It's really tedious, it's really boring, and there is not much feedback. I did not get much feedback of what I did. Ebright said, in all the time I did it, I tagged butterflies as much as I could in all the time I had. And he laughed when he said that only two butterflies I had tagged were recaptured. Only two butterflies which Richard Ebright tagged were recaptured by somebody, and they were also not more than 75 miles from where I lived, and they were also found in the area of 75 miles from where Richard Ebright lived. It means he did not get great results of what he did, so he started becoming boring. Now, this task seemed to him boring and tedious. Then, in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a county science fair and lost. When Richard Ebright was in 7th grade, he got a hint, he got a clue of what real science is. He came to know about what real science is, and he came to know about it when he entered a county science fair. He participated in a county science fair, and there he lost. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something, Richard Ebright said. Richard Ebright said that it really made him feel sad. He was sad when he was sitting there in the county science fair and was not getting anything, while everybody else there had won something, was getting something. His entry was slides of frog tissues. There his entry was slides of frog tissues, and he showed those slides under a microscope. He realized there that the winners had tried to do real experiments. What he learned there was the winners had performed real experiments. They just did not make simple and neat display. That is why they won. On the contrary, Richard has shown slides of frog tissues under a microscope. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard Ebright was appearing. There was a competitive spirit in Richard Ebright. And he said that I knew for the next year's fair I would have to do real experiment. Now he knew that what he will have to do to win the next year's fair is he'll have to do real experiments. The subject I knew most about was the insect work, and the subject on which I could do the real experiment was insects, because I knew much about insect work and I had been doing in past several years. So he wrote to Dr. Urquhart Harth for ideas. Richard Ebright wrote a letter to Dr. Urquhart Harth for ideas so that he can start doing real experiments. And back came a stack of suggestions for experiments, and he got a stack of suggestions. He got many suggestions for experiments. Those kept Ebright busy all through his high school and led to prize products in County and International Science Fair. These experiments kept Ebright busy through his high school, and these experiments also led prize projects. He also won many prizes in county as well as science fair. For his 8th grade project, Ebright trying to find the cause of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. When he was in 8th grade, his project was he would find the cause, the reason of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. Ebright thought the disease might be carried by a beetle. What Ebright thought was this disease might be carried by a beetle, and he tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. At his basement, he started raising caterpillars, and the caterpillars raised in presence of beetles, because he thought that due to beetles, those caterpillar got died. He said that he did not get any real results. While he was raising caterpillars in the presence of beetle, he did not get results. But when he went ahead and showed that he had tried the experiment, this time he won. When this time his entry was the experiment about this disease, he won the prize. The next year, when he was in 9th grade, his science fair project was testing the theory that viceroy butterfly copy monarchs. His project this time was to test the theory. There was a theory that viceroy butterfly copy monarch butterflies. Viceroy and monarch both are different species of butterflies. The theory was the viceroy look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. The theory was viceroy look like monarch butterflies. They copy monarch butterflies because monarch butterflies don't taste good to birds. Birds don't like monarch butterflies. So in this way, viceroy butterflies can save themselves by copying monarch butterflies. Viceroys, on the other hand, do taste good to birds. On the other hand, on the contrary, viceroy butterflies are loved by animals. Birds eat them. So the more they look like monarchs, the less they are to become a bird's dinner. If they look like monarchs, there would be less chances of becoming a bird's dinner. Ebright's project was to see whether in fact the birds would eat monarchs. He tested whether birds would eat monarchs or not, and he found that his result was a starling would not eat ordinary bird food. A bird named starling would not eat ordinary bird food, it would eat all the monarchs. It was contrary, the result was contrary because starling bird instead eating viceroys would eat monarchs. Later on, Ebright also said that research by other scientists showed that viceroy probably do copy the monarchs. Later on, he came to know that viceroy butterflies really copy monarchs. This project was placed first in zoology division and third overall in the county science fair. He says that when he submitted his entry in the county science fair, he won the first prize in zoology division, and in the county science fair he got the third place. Now rest of the chapter will read in the next session. Till then, stay fit, take care. Thank you.